Hey gamers, welcome back to Square One Games. My name is XONEVANT. We're here to continue our road to 1000 for Assassin's Creed 3. This is sequence 11 and should be episode 21. The first thing we're going to be going over is the Boston Brawlers. Remember, there was still one more bullet point that I had to get. I don't know if you had to get it in your game, but it's obtained every weapon from the general store. And I'm going to tell you, I raged on this particular bullet point. From what I can tell, the game is glitched in some areas, and this is one of them. You can see right here that I'm buying every weapon that's available from the general store. So what I'm looking for on the right hand side is when I scroll across the item, I'm looking to see if I either have it equipped, purchased, or if it says the word cost. Obviously, if it says the word cost, I'm just buying it. And I'm assuming that after I buy them all, that the bullet point is going to basically be filled in, that it's going to be good to go. Not the case. I bought them all. You're seeing me buy them all right now just for proof, and I back out and nothing happens. The bullet point is still white, so I'm like, okay, so maybe I need to go and buy the consumables, because I know that technically is weapons like the poison darts and stuff like that. So I end up buying all those, and it still is not filled in. So then I say to myself, well, maybe you have to craft. You know, when you go to your crafting book, your accounting book, like in the manor, you can craft some pistols. So I say to myself, well, maybe those count. Maybe I have to craft those. And I'll show you here later on where, see how the bullet point is not filled in. I'm raging right now. You just can't hear it. I had to cut out the live commentary because, you know, it wasn't too friendly what I was throwing down. So I went and I decided I was going to craft some of the guns, but when I got there I needed flint and I needed special ingots, and I didn't know where they were. So I hunted around, and I'm going to show you here where the special ingots are, even though when I get them it doesn't actually say that I'm getting them, but this is where they are. So just head back behind the manor, and they're going to be right here on this cliff. Now, two things are going to happen in your game. Either you're going to buy all the weapons from the shop, like you just saw me do, and you're going to get credit for having all the guns. Or you're going to be in the position that I was in, and you're not going to have the guns. Now, I've read on a couple of forums, and I still can't get a straight answer on this. But some people are saying that it's glitched. Some people are saying, no, you don't have to craft any of the guns. Some people are saying that you do have to craft the guns. So I'm just giving you both sides of the scenario, which is what I had to go through to get mine out. Hopefully yours works the first time around. Hopefully that's the case. But you're going to need the special ingots, which you just seen me get behind the manor. Now I'm just going through my crafting book and I'm building, you know, I'm crafting the guns. Now I'm showing you there that I just crafted the French pistol. So I'm going down to firearms and I'm showing you that it actually shows up as a general store item, which at this point leads me to believe that you have to craft them all. Even though some of the forums are saying that you don't, some of the forums are saying that you do. So like I said, either yours is going to fill in when you just buy them all, or you're going to have to go through and make them. Now I'm showing you here how to make flint, because you will need to make flint if you don't get it to fill in the first time. If you have to go through and craft, you are going to need to make flint. So I'm showing you how to do that. So basically, if it fills in the first time and you get credit for it after buying them all, then you're good to go. If it doesn't, then just craft them. You're going to need flint and the special ingots, which I've showed you how to get, and you shouldn't have any problem with this bullet point after that. You can see there, now it looks like it just instantly happened, but here's another glitch. Even after I crafted all the guns, the bullet point was still white. It was white for 3 hours, and I kid you not, I sat there for 3 hours and just kept going in and out, checking and rechecking, because I knew I had all the guns, but something kept telling me, well, you're probably just missing one. You're probably just missing one. And so what you just seen there looked like it happened instantly, but it didn't. It actually happened over the span of about 3 hours. So that's the best I can do, guys. I keep getting mixed signals from forums, which is usually where I go to get info when I'm stuck, because as you all know, I write my own strategy guides. So I try not to use other YouTube videos and stuff like that. I just go to forums and chat it up with people. But that's kind of what I got off the forums, is there's a lot of mixed signals, and the game is full of bugs and glitches, And I'm hearing on forums that some people have to do more things than others to get their unlocks or their bugs to get free or whatever. So I just wanted to kind of show you all of it so you would kind of know both sides of the coin. Let me know if you have any problems with it in the comments and we'll get through it, I promise. So the next thing we want to do is go ahead and craft all of the Homestead Inventions, and I just showed you there. You can go to the far right of your DNA strand and you can see them all. And then you just go to your crafting table and you go into your inventions, and pretty much all those are things that you need to make. Remember, we already made the kite and the key when we got our unlock, patent not pending, in a couple of videos ago. So now we just need to make all the ones that are left. It tells you exactly how to make them in your resource. All of these you should have recipes for because they come from the almanac pages, which you should already have at this point. So I don't feel the need to go through and tell you exactly you know, what does what, because it's going to tell you. And if you don't have something, then obviously just need to buy it or craft it. And at this point in the game, you should have enough resources to be able to do both. So I'm just showing you here that I'm buying my last two. I think the last one I do is the I think it's the Watt. What is it called? The Watt something Watt steam engine. There we go. So that's the last one I did. And I think I show you here that I go out into my DNA strand and show you that I got them all 100%. So that should be fairly easy. That should be the easier one to get. Really, the hardest one in this particular video that I'm showing you now is the Boston Brawlers. That was pretty crazy. Now I'm showing you here, you should be about 66% on your Assassination Contracts if you've been following the guide. I'm showing you here where you can pick up the last percentage points for those. I just showed you there's two buildings on the left hand side of the map. If you go where the fort is, there's a fort in the bottom left hand side of the map on the frontier. See it right there? It's just kind of right above it, and there's like two little houses, and it's on the one on the right. And if you go to the fort and just go north, you'll run right into the two houses, and the guy should be standing outside. And then what's going to happen is after you talk to him, you're going to see the other, I think it's 5 assassination contracts show up. Here I'm showing you that I have 66%, and I'm about to show you that I'm about to take out the last of the contracts. This guy right here. So all you have to do is just walk up and kill him, and that would have been my 5th target. And then I'm going to show you that there it is, mission completed. And then I'm going to go in and show you that now I should have 100% on my assassination contracts. And then so should you, obviously, if you've been following this. And there it is, 100%. So you should have already cleared New York and Boston, and then you just got to do the frontier. So let's talk about the thieves challenges. There should have been 2 slots in your clubs, side missions in your DNA strand that you don't have yet. You may have it already, but you may not. The way that you pick it up is you basically have to just loot $100 from cumulative from anybody in the game. Now the reason why I purposefully have not brung this up yet is because if you've been following this guide, by the time you start robbing people, which is what I'm doing now, you can see that just about everything that pops up on my challenges are blue. And that's because you've played through pretty much the whole game at this point. And if you've been following this guide, you haven't been necessarily focused on the thieves challenges. I wanted to save that for now so that it would streamline some of the other challenges as we went through the guide. But now when you actually trigger the event, most of the stuff's going to be done for you. I'm going to highlight some of the stuff that I feel like may be a little bit tricky, and then we can just kind of go from there. So go ahead and rob. I'm in New York right now, by the way. So just go ahead and rob $100 off of anybody there, cumulative. And then this little boy is going to come out and tell you to, do more challenges. And you can see here, right there, off the bat, I have 3 of the 5 done already, just because I've been playing the game. And I showed you there where you can fast travel to. It's kind of in the West District. There's a fast travel point. I'll show it again in a second. But I'm going to show you how to get what I feel like is probably one of the harder ones, which is lure the dogs out with bait. And it's not really hard. It's just that you have to find a dog, right? That's kind of the trickier part. So if you follow the guide and you just kind of run where I'm running, take these back streets. The reason why you kind of want to take these, or back alleys I should say, if you stay on the main road, there's a lot of guards and they'll find you for whatever reason. Like if you try to run or anything, you're gonna alert them. And so what you have to do is just sneak around this corner and there's going to be a dog underneath this like canopy or whatever, and just make sure you have some bait, and as soon as he lights up, just throw down the bait, and then you're going to get credit for it. Now what you're going to see here, I've got 2 out of 3. I'm not editing this at all. I'm just basically going right back in and fast traveling back to that same fast travel point. I think I edit right there a little bit just to slow down the loading time, but this is like one clip, and then I'm just going to keep repeating that, and you can do that 3 times in a row. It doesn't matter that it's the same dog, you can just keep doing it over and over and over again. And this particular part of New York is actually a really good part of New York to get most of the thieves challenges done, and I'll show you the other one here in a second, where you have to hide from enemies 10 times while you're basically being chased. I'll show you that too. Now that one you might actually have out in your game already. I didn't, because I tend to like to fight the guards and not really hide. There's my 3 out of 3. So if you do have the one where you have to hide after being chased, then this one won't apply to you. But if you're short, I think I had like 4 out of 10, and I'll show you at the end of this clip exactly where I am, but I'll show you how fast you can knock this out. Basically what I do is I get a bunch of guards mad, and then I just run in one big square. Right there was a button fail. I meant to slide underneath that wooden fence, and then for some reason it just back jumped. But you see how I'm basically breaking the line of sight. I'm trying to get as many of the triangles to turn white as I can, and that allows you to be able to hop inside of a place to hide. Sometimes you can do it even when it's yellow, but if it's red and you try to jump into a place to hide, then you're definitely gonna basically be jumping back out, and you're gonna have to continue to run. And now I'm just waiting for all the white triangles to go away, and when all of them go away, I'll get credit for hiding, and see how that works. And then what I'm gonna do, you can see how fast you can just duplicate this. Just keep going. There's always some guards up here on my left, and you just make them mad. I just keep running into them. Sometimes they'll knock you down and stuff. I try not to kill them because I do want them to chase me, and then watch how fast you can do this. Just boop, right there in that hay. So if you run toward that haystack and you find that they're still on you, then just wrap around the block and go to the other hay cart that you saw me go to earlier. If they're still on you, then you come back to this hay. So you just keep going back and forth between these 2 hay bales, and you can get this one, like, I'm talking fast, if you don't have it yet. Here's where it is. So on the right side of the map, underneath that fast travel point, and you'll find it. Just mosey around and you'll eventually come across it. And it's a great spot to just kind of keep going around the block and getting that bullet point done. Now I'm just trying to show you that everything is good. The only thing is, oh no, this is the part where I'm freaking out, because I'm like, wait, I don't have any other thieves challenges, because it's showing that I don't have them all done. What you have to do is you actually have to walk away and kind of give it some breathing room here for it to spawn in thieves challenges 3. That's right, because I was freaking out there, because I was like, man, I need the 3rd challenges. Now the only 2 hard ones that you're going to get in this one is well, really the only hard one is going to be playing the games, trying to get 500 bucks by playing the games. But the other one is just basically looting more people. So you can get on a busy street like this and you can loot a lot of people, especially if you can blend in with them while you try to loot them. Because anytime you're blended in and you're looting them, then they tend to not care. Now right then you see me basically went up and started a riot. The reason why I like doing those is because everybody just does not care where you are. Like nobody cares that you're even around, and you can start just pickpocketing people. They can just be looking at you and it won't matter. And then I'll show you something else that's kind of neat. Anytime you go in like your fight pose, or it looks like the guards are about to come and try to attack you, you can call out your assassins. And I like to put it on lure, just because anytime you lure away the guards, you're still stealing money, right? Because your lure ability allows you to get money. And then look how I'm just going into the crowd, just taking all their money. So that's a really fast way to kind of loot all that money, because it's quite a bit. Because you're only getting typically like $9 or $12 every time you pickpocket somebody. So just keep that up until you're able to get that out. And then let's go ahead and talk about getting $500 from the board games. Obviously, go ahead and bet the max bet 100. I like to play checkers because to me it's the easiest one here, the easiest game to play. I'm most familiar with it. It's real quick too. You can usually beat it in about 4 or 5 minutes. And all you want to do is just go to the Homestead, and you know where the Harbor Master is, where Peg Leg is. there's a checkerboard right behind Peg Leg. And just play with this guy, do max bets, and that should be enough. I think I got that out in about 20 minutes. Okay, so after you've gotten all that stuff done, let's go ahead and head to the Harbor Master. Let me show you where we are right quick. You should have just finished doing your board game. That's where you play checkers, right up there. Right there where that guy is. So just head back over here where the Harbor Master is, and we'll go ahead and get these missions started. The first mission is going to be the Battle of Chesapeake. We're going to have a couple of mission constraints. One of them is going to be destroying the ships using only one broadside. I'm going to show you how to do that. Destroy the frigates using the powder stores. Again, we're going to have to struggle with that one a little bit, but I'll show you how to get through it. And then counter kill 5 enemies. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so here we are, and the first thing we want to do is just go ahead and follow our ship. We're just heading toward the green target, obviously, and we're going to be getting into an encounter here in just a second. There's our first objective. There is to destroy the ships using only one broadside, and you have to do that 3 times. And what that means is that you have to just kill them basically in one shot, like one barrage of bullets, and you shoot them from the side. I'll show you that. It's actually pretty easy to do, especially if you have your ship fully upgraded. Let's go ahead and head into these guys as fast as we can. Remember, hit X if you don't want to get hurt right when they start firing shots at you. So you see how this ship is kind of to my side? See how it's like to the side of me? Just get you a shot off like that. I'm probably going to get all 3 right there. At least going to get 2. And just hit them from the side like that with your bullets, or your cannons I should say. So be patient here and make sure you're getting them from the side, and like these guys right here are at the side right now. So see how I got my 3 right there? Just got them from the side. Let's get him go down a little bit more here. Okay, let's go and take these other ships out. Oh, he had a bad day. Let's hit X again. Dodge that barrage of bullets there, or cannons. Let's do it again. He's got a bead on me. Here we go. I can probably get 2 for 1 right here. Almost. Okay, he's almost down. Here we go. If the waves don't block me, I'll get him right here. Oh, the waves got me. Oh, I think my own ship's gonna get my way. Alright, cool. Oh, he's still not down. Let's take these smaller boats out right quick. My own boat keeps getting in my way. Hold on. My own ship is all up in my grill. Let's go this way. See if we can get turned around here and get a better angle. Here we go. Okay, so that takes care of that, and our first mission constraint's all good. Let's go and get turned around here. Okay, so now we have to fulfill the requirement by basically destroying the 2 frigates by exposing their powder keg. We're going to do this a little bit differently than we have in previous videos, where normally we would just do the chain shot and then ram them. The good thing about having your ship, the one that's got the blue target on it, is that it's also going to be doing damage to the ships, and it tends to do a little bit less damage than you do. And so a lot of times you can just sit back and let that ship do all the work for you. And I'll kind of show you that as we get to it. Let me see if I can get a shot off on this frigate right quick. Well, no, let me wait because my boat's over there. See how 1 cannon round from me pretty much almost took that ship out? Got to be careful. There's going to be 4 more frigates that show up here in a second, though, so it's not that bad. I can probably ram that ship right now and get... Not too worried about getting hit, at least at this point. I'm going to let this other small boat survive. I'm going to try to see if I can go ahead and expose the powder, the powder keg on this guy before the other ships spawn in. Let's see if I can get an early shot off. Oh, here's the other frigates. Alright, so let's see if we can get this. I think my ship is going to destroy it before I can get to it. Okay, we're going to try to ram it. I'm going to go half sail. Alright, so I rammed it a little bit too hard. So he's down. That was just a chance that I was taking because I knew I'd already destroyed it a lot. But we'll catch up right here. Now normally, one of these is going to be automatic. See that one right there? It's normally going to be automatic. It's always going to be like lit up already. So you should have one coming out the gate that you'll be able to take out. See if I can ram this guy. Sometimes if you ram them, you'll get lucky. Just make sure that you're going either half sail or no sail. Didn't quite get him enough. See if we can get a couple of shots off. See how I'm not trying to hit him with all of the cannons? I'm just trying to hit him with a couple of the cannons. It's another strategy that I'm trying to work here as well. Because if you hit him with all the cannons, you're definitely going to destroy him. So I'm like firing early or firing late, whichever one, depending on how your speed is. See, like right there, I only hit it really a couple of times. Trying to take off less damage per fire. See if I can ram it here, and oh wait, it's gonna pull away. I almost got it right there. Let me see if I can get it exposed. I just need to barely hit it. Let's see if I can time this just right. A little bit too early. I was trying to catch it. Got my boat about to get in the way. This just requires a lot of patience, guys. I don't know how else to tell you. This guy right here is in my way. There we go. But you see how I did that? I didn't really hit it with all of my cannon shots. I just hit it with like a couple. So that's kind of the way that I like to play it out. I mean, obviously you can use the chain, the rope chain, not the rope chain, but the chain shot trick if you want to. You know, where you basically shoot them and their mast goes away, and then you're able to just ram them. You can try that if you want to, but I tend to find that because I get that one freebie at the beginning, that it's just easier to do it this way. So, because you know, before you had 3 ships and you had to get all 3. I think it's called the Giant in the Sea, so it was a little bit trickier, right? You couldn't mess up, but in this one you have so many ships that you can kind of play around with it. And remember, you can always just restart your checkpoint if you mess up and just keep doing it. So it shouldn't be as hard as the Giant in the Sea. To me, that was the hardest naval privateer contract out there. It was crazy hard, but that should get you through that. And it just requires a lot of patience. So, okay, so eventually your ship is going to get taken. Well, not your ship, but your teammate there is going to get taken out. And then all you got to do is go to the green circle. Okay, so once you reach the green target, it's going to say locate the enemy ship. You're going to be able to see it out in the distance. Now, you're not really going to be able to do anything here. This more plays out like a cutscene. Basically, that ship is just going to unleash all kind of havoc on your ship. And you're going to be forced to ram the man of war, the boat. So just basically head toward it and go full sail if you need to, and just ram it. And and that's going to cause a cutscene, and then you're going to be able to hop onto the ship and do a little bit of work. Now you're going to have to counter kill 5 enemies, and I'm going to show you a good. Now obviously you know how to counter kill, but I'm going to show you a good place to do it. You don't really want to do it here because people are going to be shooting at you. I like to just go ahead and head all the way over here as fast as I can and kind of camp it out right here. And the reason why is because to the left are people with guns. Now there's people with guns in front of me too, but they're not as bad as the ones to your right. So I'm just kind of taking it easy right here. That should be 2. The good thing is you have that ring on or whatever that kind of helps you from getting hit by gun bullets. So you don't have to worry about gun bullets too much, even though they can still hurt you. And all you got to do, remember, is just hit your counter button and then hit X. So I've got my 5 counter kills. Now you don't really have to kill anybody else. You just have to keep running and kill the general. Okay, so once you're done with your cutscene, now all you have to do is just get off the ship before it blows up. So just take off. You've only got 10 seconds, but you should have a couple of seconds left to spare. Okay, so that should be it. Battle of Chesapeake, and we should be getting our points. Should be 200 points if you follow the guide. Okay, so before we get into the last mission for Sequence 11, we want to do a little something right quick, and I'll show you. If you go over here to your homestead, like in your red DNA part, you're going to have one right here. Lyle White. Dr. White is overloaded following the killer's return. Help ease his burden. We want to go ahead and knock that out right now. In between these 2 missions, so just make sure you go over to the homestead and you want to head up here where the harbor master is, and it's going to be right here. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so after you're done helping the dock, just go ahead and go to your interactive conversation. I like to do all these just because I like to get them done. I don't like to have anything on the map, but you can, or if you want to, you can talk to him or not, but I like to go ahead and talk to him, and then we're going to knock out some more homestead missions here in just a second. Okay, so after you're done talking to him, you'll notice that by completing that event, you have another interactive conversation down here, as well as another homestead mission. So I'm going to go ahead and do my interactive conversation, and then I'll meet you up here. Okay, so I'm done with all of my interactive conversations, so I'm just going to head into the manor and see what other mission we can pick up here. Okay, so after you're done with the mission Legacy, now you just want to head back to the homestead, or back to the manor I should say, and finish this thing out. Okay, so after you're done hanging the painting, there's going to be another interactive conversation that takes place outside. If you want to, actually there's 2 of them actually, if you want to get involved in those. I'm going to go ahead and do them right quick, and I'll meet up with you when I'm done. Okay, so once you've done with all the homestead missions, just go ahead and head down here to the south part of New York. This is going to be the part of the game. Remember, I was telling you in previous episodes. Well, I'll go ahead and show you right quick. Go ahead and hit start. Remember when we were clearing the New York Underground, I told you that we were going to have like a mandatory mission later on that was going to give us our points. Let's see, where is that at? Let's see, Underground. Here we go. Oops, sorry. Underground. That's Boston, New York. Remember, we're at 84%. As soon as we start this next mission and we finish it, that's going to say 100. So I just wanted to kind of point that out. So you just want to head down to the south part of New York. You can just fast travel there because we've already got the fast travel points open. You can just fast travel there, and I'll meet up with you in just a second. Okay, so once you make it into the underground, let's go ahead and hit select. All we're trying to do is just make it right there. So we'll go ahead and set it. You're just going out here, taking a left, another left, and then wrapping around. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so after the cutscene, you're going to be right here. You're going to be climbing up out of this well. Let me go ahead and hit start right quick just so we can kind of explain what's going on. We're going to have to do a couple of things. We're going to have to reach the signal tower within 3 minutes. We're going to have to remain undetected. And I guess if we are detected, we have to limit our health loss to 50%. So I'm going to be showing you how to do all that. So let's go ahead and get this thing started. Okay, so just go ahead and kill this guy immediately. Go ahead and hop out of the well. I like to just come down this way. And I'll show you the route I like to go. You can actually come through here. There's some grass. If you run fast enough, you can usually get in here before they see you. See their back is turned, then just cut across. And then what I like to do is go ahead and climb up here. They're going to be seeing you a little bit, but they're not going to see you enough to trigger anything. Usually if you just run as fast as you can and get up here, you can do like the leap of faith right there. And you just got to go as fast as you can. Let's get and kill this guard. And then here you just want to kind of be a little bit patient, because there's this guard right here that can sneak up on you. And really your best shot is to go right up the front of this thing. But you got to make sure that this guard is not watching. So as soon as he turns his back, just head up. Just climb all the way up to the top. Sometimes you have to go around like this. That's fine. Just keep going. I mean, it's going to light up red, but you're not going to be detected, if that makes sense. Just keep on going all the way around. You can usually catch these little windows right here. See those little windows? And you can use those to climb up. See if I can go up the side of this. And the reason why you're not going to be seen or you're not going to be detected is because you're so high up. For whatever reason, the guards really don't like care to notice you when you're that high up. Like, it turns red, but they don't ever get alerted. So just keep on climbing and you should be good. And then just interact with that. That takes care of both of those mission constraints. Okay, so after the cutscene, now you have to limit your health loss to 50%. Just walk forward until you trigger this cutscene, and then I'll kind of walk you through what's going to happen here in just a sec. Okay, so when you get here, just keep walking forward. It's basically going to be telling you that you're in no condition to fight. But you are going to have to get into a fight, but I'm going to show you how to get through it. Basically, all you have to do is just keep hitting the counter button. Keep hitting B. You don't really have to do anything else, and I'll show you that. Sometimes you can push him into like barrels and stuff, but you don't want to try to take him on going toe-to-toe, because he'll beat you every time. So what I like to do is just keep countering him until the triggered event happens. So let's get through this cutscene. Okay, so here he comes. You just want to hit B when he goes to attack you. Just counter him. And as soon as you hit B, it's going to do all the work for you, so you don't have to hit any other button but B. And you want to try to be near objects when you hit B, so that you throw them into them. So you see I'm backing up right now, trying to get in front of this barrel. And you just keep doing this until the next event triggers in. Oops, he got me that time. Just smashing his head through barrels, and there's the triggered event. Okay, so when you get to this part, just go ahead and get ready to hit X, because you're going to have to stab him with your hidden blade. So just go ahead and hit X, and that's going to finish it up. Sequence 11 is done, and we're going to get the unlock difficult end. Should have got 200 points if you're following the guide. Let's go ahead and do a big wrap up here before we go into sequence 12. Let's go ahead and view our progress here and see exactly where we are. Right now I'm at 16,654 points out of the 17,070. Obviously all of the missions are 100%. I'll show you all that, just so we're all on the same page. 100% on all of these, 100%. And feel free to check your progress too, just to make sure you've got everything the way you want it before we go into sequence 12. That's the reason why I wrote this particular guide this way, is because when we go into sequence 12, I want it to be just smooth sailing and not have to worry about too much. Now the frontiersman task, the only thing that we haven't done yet is talk to George Washington with the interactive conversations. And all these are 100%, 100%, 100%, 100%. Everything is good. This one's still 84%, but it'll click in 100% when you go into the next sequence. That's 100%, 100%. Oops. Look at that D-pad go. 100%. Everything's good there. Everything. And then all the crafting stuff is done. So we're good. So 16,654 points, and I will see you all in the next video. You guys be good.